Hey guys, welcome back to another classic review. My name is Midnight Strike 3625, and today we're going to be covering Cowboys from Hell, the mainstream debut of Pantera, a groove metal band from the South. So, to get started, they weren't always groove metal. They were actually power metal, they were glam metal, they were inspired by Kiss and wore makeup just like Kiss back in the 80s, back in the day, before they were really that well known. This, as I called it, their mainstream debut, debuted in 1990 and showed the band in a completely different light. So, to get started, there are 12 songs, and each of them are just epic masterpieces, practically. So, this is probably my favorite album by Pantera, aside from Vulgar Display of Power. I love Vulgar Display of Power. Love a few on the Southern Trendkill. The only album I really can't get into, though, is Reinventing the Steel. So, I even like a few songs on that album, but overall it's just kind of a lackluster effort. It's a shame it's their last. So, to get into it, this is their first release as groove metal, and it's their second release with singer Phil Anselmo, which came to the band in power metal. So, power metal was their last release before this, came out in, I believe, 88 or 89. Not exactly sure. That one was pretty solid, but again, it wasn't that well known when compared to Pantera's later material, starting with Cowboys from Hell. Most people only really know about this one. So, to get started, Cowboys from Hell, like I said, 12 songs, and they really outdid themselves with this one, I must say. It's very fast-paced, and it's really the only album with Phil Anselmo where he sings high bar power metal. So after this, the falsetto vocals were replaced with more death growls and a little bit almost borderline screaming. So it's a lot more aggressive in later material, but with this, it is still aggressive, it's still killer, and I like what the high-pitched vocals add to the songs, the dynamics of it all. So to get started, the first track, of course, is Cowboys from Hell, the title track here, and I gotta say, memorable riffs, very decent lyrics, and just, I don't know, it's pretty straightforward lyrics, to be honest, and it's got some really great hooks in it, and also some really great vocals by Phil Anselmo, of course. And it sounds like he's got that really gritty tone to it, and it's just, this is where he basically made his mainstream debut, like I said. So, very memorable. This is probably the most well-known song by Pantera, and it's just an overall good song. The next one, of course, is Primal Concrete Sledge, and it's got a very, very fast-paced beat to it, but sometimes it seems like the guitars overpower the vocals, which he's trying to talk as fast as he possibly can, or sing, moreover, but sometimes it just seems like the guitars overpower his vocals, and it doesn't really seem right. I don't know, it just seems like there's something missing in this one. One of my favorite songs still, but it's just something I noticed. I do like the live version better from Monsters of Rock in, I believe, 1991, so good song. Next one is Psycho Holiday. This one gets back to the more Cowboys from Hell beat style, where it's more of a mid-tempo song, not really the fastest, not the slowest. So we had a really mid-tempo song with Cowboys from Hell, then a really fast one. Now we are back to mid-tempo, and I gotta say, I really like the beat. It's got some really great guitar melodies. So another one of my favorites. The next one, of course, is Heresy. I really like the intro. The opener is really fast, really interesting too, because it's more like the high-pitched kind of picking, and I don't know, it's got that flanger effect, much like Cowboys from Hell did. So, next one, of course, is Cemetery Gates, and this one took a long time to get used to, because the chorus, in which I used to think was a little bit on the droning side, I now recognize as just being atmospheric. So, I really like this song. It's probably one of the most atmospheric songs on this album, as well as in their catalog overall. So, I don't know, I like the melody of it, and it's really hard to play on guitar. I tried playing it on guitar, you have to like bar notes or something. It's just, I can't do it for the life of me. But as far as the vocals go, very good, and it shows a more softer side to what we've heard so far in the groove metal of Pantera. So the next one is, of course, Domination, back to the fast-paced groove metal, the hard-hitting, thrashy notes that Pantera has been known for up to this song, and I really like it. It's a really fast-paced track, lots of great guitar work, lots of great vocals, and some decent lyrics too. It's kind of weird how it begins, though, with them screaming, "Fart stinks like a motherfucker." You just listen to it. It's just, I don't know, I think they were just fucking around with it, but still, great song. Next one is, of course, Shattered, and this one's one of the more faster songs. It's got a little bit lighter guitars, and Phil sings with falsetto vocals the entire time, and it's awesome. He just hits the high notes like none other on this song, and it's just a really great time. It's a very sound, structurally song, and the riffs are just very, very well developed. It's a well-crafted song, and one of my favorites overall. I think this one is probably my favorite next to Cowboys from Hell in Pantera's discography. So the next one is Clash with Reality. This one's a bit more mid-tempo, not really slow, not really fast. It's got some great guitar work in it, and the vocals are pretty sound. I don't know. It's not really one of my favorites, not really one of my least favorites. It's just kind of in between. So next one, of course, is Medicine Man, and this one's another one that's very atmospheric, and it's got some of the distortion effects in there. So good song. The next one, of course, is Message in Blood. Couldn't really get into this one. This one or The Sleep. They're the slowest songs on the album, and Message in Blood has some very excellent guitar work, but as far as the vocals go, they could be improved on pretty much drastically. And then the last song, of course, the closer, is The Art of Shredding, and it lives up to its namesake because it's a very fast-paced, very good on the guitars, and it shreds like none other, like I said. Groove metal at its finest. So, great closer, great vocals, great abilities by Dimebag Darrell, Vinnie Paul, Phil Anselmo, and Rex Brown. So, great band. I don't know why a lot of reviewers haven't really covered it, but oh well. It's time I make my debut by covering Pantera. I might do a few of their other albums. I might even do a discography someday. I don't know, but for this album, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's always been one of my favorites, and it's one of those Bridge the Gap albums that got me into heavy metal in the first place. So, with that, 9.5 out of 10, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this classic review. This is Midnight Strike 3625. Keep calm and rock on.